Hi Norman, here are the controls of your new Skoda Octavia. Your door lock and unlock. One unlock does one door only. The second press will do all of the doors and your boot. One lock will lock and alarm the cars and your mirrors fold in. The second lock will deadlock only and turn your interior alarms off, so if there's anybody inside the car, any movement won't set the alarm going. They need to be done with a good 1 second press in between them, otherwise it resets and starts again. And if there's more than one person getting in the car, make sure you wait until they hear the second clunk. Otherwise, if they try to open the handle after the first clunk, it won't work, and again it will reset and you have to do it all over again. And you've also got your boot button, so you can press and hold the boot. That'll temporarily disable your alarm, so you can just open the boot and close it and it'll lock the car back up again. You've got seat height adjustments on the front two seats, so you just pump it up to lift it up or push it down to go down, and it goes at a slight angle. And you've got your back angle, which is the dial at the back, and your lumbar support, which you can pull down, which will push out in your lower back, which really does help give some great support. And then under your left leg, you've got that lever there. So if you pull that lever up, it'll allow you to slide the seat backwards and forwards. So you've got your electric, heated and power fold door mirrors. So you've got the heated section over here. You can fold them in at any point while you're driving. And then any of the others will fold them back out again. And then you just pop it from the left and the right. Use the cursor to move your mirrors. Electric windows all round, and you can lock the back one so only you can control them. Then you've got automatic lights. You can revert to normal side and main, but leave it on auto, it'll do those for you. Pull out once for your front fogs and twice for your rear. Windscreen wipers are automatic as well. So down, as you can see here on the description, is just one quick wipe and then it goes back off. If you go up one, that's your auto setting, and you can control the speed from the top of the toggle switch here. And then if you go up any higher, you have normal speed and fast speed. Pull the stalk towards you and you'll get the water at the front. Push it away from you and you get the wiper at the back. And then you push it even further away, you'll get the water down the back. Then you've got your full beam or flash towards and your indicators, cruise control and speed limiter. So your cruise control pops up in your eye line. So you get up to the speed you want, take your foot off the accelerator and press set. Sorry, I'm shaking, it's a bit cold out here. Press set. You can increase the speed or decrease the speed. If somebody cuts you up and it temporarily cancels if you touch the brake or the accelerator, you can then resume back to what you're doing. If you temporarily cancel it, you can resume, but if you turn it off and then on again, you always have to start by pressing set. Now you've got speed limiter here as well, so if you push the button where it says lim, it'll then flip you onto speed limiter. Now that works the same way as cruise control, but the only difference is you will still have your foot on the accelerator. It just won't let you go over. Then we've got your Speedo, your fuel. There will be some more fuel in there for you when you arrive. Your trip, your revs and your temperature. So you've got your time, which way you're headed and what gear you're in. Outside temperature, mileage, and you can reset the trip by pressing that button down at the bottom. So then we've got your trip computer information. So you use this scroll button here and that'll take you through all of the different pieces of information on the car. If there's words at the bottom, you've got 3 trips now. So you push the scroll button in and that'll go from since start, long term and since refuel. And the nice one that everyone tends to like is the instant Speedo. If you don't want your trip computer, you can use your menu button and then you can select what's going on with the car, which we're going to refuel for you, your phone, your radio, your sat nav and your assistance systems, which is this button here as well. So that's letting you know that you've got lane assist on the car, So if you don't want lane assist, you push the scroll button in off and it takes that little amber dial off from your eye line. If it is on, when that goes green, it means it's detected both white lines either side of the road, and the car will actually help keep you in the line, so you'll feel a slight vibration. You can override it by indicating. So if you don't want it on, you can just select your assistance systems, push the scroll button in, and that will turn it off. That will allow you to answer a phone call. And if you don't want to answer the call, it will also pop up on the screen with a red reject button, which you can cancel. Then you've got your stereo control, so you've got volume up, volume down, push into mute, and in between your tracks and your radio stations. We'll have a little look, see if it's got voice control in a moment. You can pull the steering wheel closer to you by pulling the lever down on the left-hand side, and that'll allow the wheel to come out as well as up and down, so you can get a really comfortable driving position. So your armrest can slide forward, and you've got certain heights that you can leave it at. Great for your longer journeys. And then you just lift it up a bit and it'll allow it to go back down. You've also got a bit of storage in there as well. Cup holders, and that one's a one-handed bottle opener, which is brilliant. So you can do it with one hand rather than trying to do it in your legs. Your 12-volt amp cap. And then we've got your Dsg Gearbox. So you hold the button in at the front. Must have your foot on the brake, so that little green foot pedal there. The car won't go anywhere, you can't change gear unless your foot's on the brake. Green light will go out, and then you slide it down to reverse, which will then bring up your parking sensors on the dash there. Then you've got drive and sport mode. So you tap it down and that will flip you in between sport and drive. And you knock it over to manual mode and go up the gears or down the gears. But ultimately, if you leave it in drive, it'll do everything for you. You've got your start, stop, traction control will always be on unless you switch it off. It's just going to help you get the best stability for the car on the road. Then you've got your start-stop system, which all modern cars have got. When you come to a junction and you've stopped, the car does have a tendency to turn the engine off, but it won't switch off if it hasn't got enough power to turn itself back on. That's how it protects itself. You've got your lock and your unlock, and your mode button will allow you to change the gear shift ratio to what efficiency you want out of the car. So you can have it in eco mode, normal, sport for your faster roads. Tailor it individually, so if you want the steering in more sensitive of a drive, but your drive in actual eco, you can actually pick and choose with that. And then of course you've got your off-road as well if you are doing any off-roading. Ultimately, with the 4x4, it will flip between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive itself. It's an intelligent four-wheel drive system, so it only kicks in as and when it's needed. Then you've got a little bit of extra storage under here, and you've got your USB port for charging your phone, and an auxiliary for an iPod. Then we've got your heater systems, so you've got heated front seats, both sides, and you've got 3 different heat settings. You've also got a heated steering wheel as well, so you can turn that on or off. Your middle dial is your fan speed. Then you can have a different temperature from the driver to the passenger by turning the left dial. And if you press sync, you can then control both sides. Your aircon's down here, where you want it directed to, and you've got your recirculation. Auto will take it away from where you've directed it to and send it where it thinks it needs to go. A lot of people prefer where they like it sent. Your off button, your heated rear, and a maximum blast up of your front screen. Now you can control all of this up the top now by pressing your menu button, and then you've got the dot in the middle which will allow you to use the slider or the fan speeds either side, with your aircon where you want it directed, your recirculation, and of course your temperature control settings, syncing it back up so you control both sides, and then your heated steering wheel as well. Then we come to your stereo, so you've got your power on button and volume. Your radio station is digital radio, so you go to station list and you've got lots of sub-menus to find your radio stations. So you just go into the one that you want, find the radio station. Oh, it's very sensitive. Or you can use the dial here. Press the back arrow button and either press and hold on one of the squares or go onto an empty, press and hold on any of these, and you've got 3 pages to store all of your favourite radio stations. Then you can use your arrow buttons to go up and down your radio stations rather than having to touch that while you're driving. Media is what you're listening to. So you press source and it's either music off an SD card, which is in your glove box. You've got 2 SD card readers, one's for your sat-nav and one's for your music. Music on a USB stick, your auxiliary, your phone, or if you're connected to the internet. To pair your phone, make sure that your phone is visible if you don't have an iPhone. Go into your Bluetooth settings and then it should come up with Skoda BT 7494. You select that on your phone, then follow the instructions on the screen and your phone, allow your contacts, and then it will look like this, and you'll have 2 pages of empties and it will say add favourite in each box. So you just click where it says add favourite and then it'll list up all of your favourite contacts, and you'll use the scroll button to then go to find your favourite contact, press it and it will load that into the box. So when you do want to ring someone, you just press phone, press the person you want to call and it'll dial. Cancel. So it does have voice control, and those are some of the features that you can use with voice control. Use it at your own peril. A lot of people don't like it because half the time it can take twice as long to do anything. But feel free to have a play around with it. Your menu, so you've got some features down either side of your stereo, but everything is all listed in menu as well. We've been through a few things already. Vehicle. So you've got more trip computer information in your eye line with your 3 different trips. You've got what you're using fuel-wise, depending on what's on in the car. How efficiently you're driving the car. And what's going on with the vehicle. You've also got your tyre pressure loss indicator. So if you do get a loss in pressure and you've pumped them up, you need to go in and press set, and it will then say, do they match the required values? So make sure they've all been checked before you press confirm, and that will reset your tyre pressure monitoring sensor. Settings is where you can change all of the system settings of the car. So you can change the personalisation of the 3 keys that you get. So you can name them and have different settings per key. Your parking sensors, so your tone and your volume. Background lighting, this is a cool one. Depending on your mood, you can actually change the colour of the strip around the inside of the car, which will also then change around the actual menu setting as well, and filter through from your stereo system. So you're opening and closing, you can pick and choose whether it's 1 unlock or 2 unlocks. What information you see in your eye line. Never has it been easier to change the time and date. You just click it for summer and unclick it for winter. Whether you prefer metric or imperial, when your service is due, and restoring all of your factory settings. So your sat-nav, you can move the map around and zoom in or out, recentralise, new destination. So there's different ways to search for an address. You can pinpoint it directly on the map if you don't know the address, or you can enter it step by step, which tends to be the most popular. So it'll always have the last place you went in there. I will reset this before you pick it up. So always click in the box where it says city. And you can either put in the city, the street name, and then the house number, or if you know the area, the easiest way is to go straight into postcode, put the postcode in, select the address, and then hit start.
The routes are being calculated. Please select a route.
So it'll ask you for an efficient, fastest or shortest distance route, and once you've selected it,
Is in the direction shown.
it will show you where you've got to go, how many miles you'll do, and what time you're going to get there as well. Now, if you have got a long journey, if you go back into route and go into congestion ahead, you can actually set up to 10 miles of checking if there is any major traffic on your route. With that, it will then divert you away from the traffic and put you then back onto your route afterwards. You can stop the route guidance as well. You've got your previous destinations. You've got some handy little points of interest to find as well. How you want to view the screen. Most people go 3D, but you can pick and choose with that. And then you've got your system settings. So some of the things I usually show my customers is in route options. Some people do like to avoid toll roads, so you can go in there and pick and choose to how you want this set up for you. Skoda Connect, that's only free for the first year. If you do want to have a little look online on Skoda, on Skoda's own website, and type in Skoda Connect, that'll give you all of the information and the benefits of what they can do for you. It is something you would need to pay for. I believe it's about £60–70 for the year. SmartLink will allow you to plug your phone in with the original cable that come with the phone to use certain apps off your phone on the dash. This model's pretty much got everything that your phone will have on there anyway. Media Command will allow you to pair an iPad to the vehicle in car settings, menu settings, and going into WLAN and turning your car into a hotspot. That will pull data from your phone if you are connected, and it will allow somebody with an iPad to control certain features in the car. Live traffic message centre. So if there are any major traffic jams while you're going to do a long journey, you can have a look on there first and then set that congestion up to 10 miles if there is going to be anything on your journey. All of your sound settings, your aircon, which you can get in down here. You can have a slideshow of your favourite photographs on an SD card, only when you're stationary. And then into your system settings. So you've got some of these in car settings already, different languages as well. And then there's your WLAN. So if you do want to turn the car into a mobile hotspot, I say it will pull from the data on your phone. And depending what you want on the front screen, you can pick and choose. It's got an automatic dimming rearview mirror. You've got your two additional lights and then your lights on with the car when the doors open, and of course you've got your sunglasses holder above, your hazards on the top, and this will always tell you if your passenger airbag is on or off every time you get in the car, because it will highlight on. If you do want to switch it off, it is in your glove box. You just pop the key in, twist it round to off, and then it will highlight that it is off for you. Just make sure that it's turned back on when there's an adult in the front. Well, I hope you found this useful. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye-bye.
At Skoda, we are committed to the well-being of our customers and staff. Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we will be introducing some new measures. But rest assured, we will continue to offer the high level of service you have come to expect from us. At the moment, we have to do things a little differently. So we're asking you to book a timed appointment with us, and to help keep everyone safe, only visit us if you and your household are free from COVID-19 symptoms, and if you're not self-isolating due to government guidance. There are many ways to view and experience our range. We continue to welcome virtual appointments, where we can share information with you about our range and help you decide on the right Skoda for you. We aim to make any appointments at our showroom as efficient as possible, whether these are to view or test drive or to hand over your new Skoda. You'll notice some differences at our Skoda retailers to help ensure the safety of our staff and customers. To ensure we keep a minimum of 2 meters apart, parking areas have been marked asking you to park in every other bay, leaving plenty of space for other customers. And we've adapted the layout of our showrooms and vehicle displays. We're committed to keeping the sales experience contactless wherever possible. Our team will explain each step of the way, including advice on how best to clean your part exchange vehicle before inspection and handover. Our team will give you all the information you need ahead of your appointment, and afterwards, we'll be online or at the end of the phone to help with any questions or queries you might have. Let's continue the journey together, safely.